It all began exactly 70 years ago. In April 1952, the influential independent group of artists was founded in London, an exclusive squad of committed young artists, authors, and critics. In their first meeting, they discussed the meaning of art in relation to advertising, film, comic, consumer culture, science fiction and technology, followed by an overhead projector presentation of what turned out to be a groundbreaking picture series. Bunk. It was introduced by the Scottish-Italian artist Edoardo Paolozzi, a founding member of the independent group. Paolozzi was fascinated by images that came from post-war consumer culture and mass media. In his lecture, he was one of the first artists to approach this world of images by showing 45 collages he had made in Paris and London between 1947 and 52. He had taken his dynamic compositions from colorful American magazines, comics, newspapers and ads, partly as cutouts, clippings, advertising copies and pin-up postcards. He combined consumer goods, sex symbols and technical accomplishments with gaudy advertisements for food products. He shows screaming cocktails, state-of-the-art toasters, brawny bodybuilders and blondes welding vacuum cleaners. In the grey days of post-war Europe, all of this seemed entirely surreal. One of Paolozzi's collages from the famous Bunk series would become the first symbol and an icon of pop art. I was a rich man's plaything. Next to a Coke bottle, a couple of cherries, a US military bomber and the quality seal real gold, we read pop and see smoke coming out of a pistol pointed at a pin-up girl. The birth moment of modern pop art. After Paolozzi had delivered his legendary lecture in 1952, the collages disappeared in the drawer, only to be dug out some 20 years later for the publication of the pioneering Bunk series in form of this highly elaborate silk-screen print. Actually, everything had already been around in 1952. Science fiction, sex, technology, cinema, advertising, consumerism, comics, packaging. It all served the purpose of understanding contemporary culture, and it contributed more to the world of images than everything that contemporary artists were producing at that time. Today, Edoardo Paolozzi is remembered as the most innovative and most fearless artist of British post-war modernism. Now, Ketterer Rare Books presents an extremely rare, presumably even the only copy of Bunk from 1972, in which the artist signed and dated every single collage.